So in this session, I am going to explain cloud computing concepts in Unit 3, cloud platform architectures. We are going to discuss about architecture about the cloud computing. In previous class, we have discussed about Unit 2 in virtualization concept, virtualization process in the cloud computing, and then Unit 1 we have discussed about basics of cloud computing. So these things we have discussed, and then in the third unit we have cloud platform architectures. In that architectural design of compute and storage clouds, layered cloud architecture development, design challenges, NIST cloud computing reference architectures, public cloud platforms, inter-cloud resource management, resource provisioning, and platform deployment, global exchange of cloud resources. So these are the topics I want to discuss in the Unit 3. In that I want to explain NIST cloud computing reference architectures. Okay. So NIST cloud computing reference architectures is nothing but one of the standard in USA. So NIST stands for National Institute of Standards and Technology. The whole is to achieve effective and secure cloud computing to reduce cost and improve services in the cloud computing. So main objective of the NIST cloud computing reference architecture is illustrate and understand the various level of services to provide another to provide technical reference and another categorize and compare services of cloud computing. Fourth one, analysis of security, interoperability, and portability. So these are the objective of NIST cloud computing reference architectures. So already we have discussed about uh, cloud computing generic architecture that is based on the front end and back end. In that front end we have cloud consumer, and then back end we have cloud providers. So based on in between we have internet. So cloud consumer can access the service from the cloud provider through the internet. These things we have discussed. Okay. So this is the architecture of NIST reference architecture model. Okay. Here we have the actors. One is a cloud consumer, cloud provider, cloud broker, cloud auditor, and cloud carriers. So these are the five actors in the NIST model. If you are developing the cloud based application means you should know these five actors is very important. If you are deploying any application in the cloud, either private or public or hybrid, so you have to know these five actors. One is a cloud consumer, citizen, cloud consumer, cloud provider, cloud broker, and then cloud auditors, so then cloud carrier. This is the five actors. So cloud consumer is user. Okay, clients are user. Client, the end user is called cloud consumer. Who are all going to use your applications, use your cloud services. That is cloud consumer. Cloud provider means who are going to provide the services to the cloud consumer or cloud providers. Here we have service orchestration, and then cloud service management, security, privacy, and physical resource layers. So these are all in cloud provider side. And then cloud broker is nothing but it acts as intermediate between the cloud consumer and cloud providers. Okay. Service intermediation, and the service aggregation, and the service arbitrage. And then another one, cloud auditor. Cloud auditor is nothing but security audit, privacy impact audit, performance audit. So the another one is a cloud carrier. So cloud carrier is nothing but a connectivity between cloud consumer and cloud providers. That is called a cloud carrier. Physical things that is connected between cloud consumer to cloud provider. That's a cloud carrier. So this is about cloud consumer. So these are things we have discussed in the NIST reference architectures. Okay, the five actors. So we'll discuss one by one. First one, the conceptual reference architecture involves five actors. One is a cloud consumer. Cloud consumer is nothing but a uses a service from cloud provider or cloud consumer. Okay, another one, cloud provider, a person or organization or entity responsible for making a service available to the interested parties. That is a cloud provider. Okay, who are providing the service to the cloud consumer or cloud provider. Another one is a cloud auditor. So cloud auditor is something but the party that conduct independent assessment of cloud services. That is a cloud auditor. That is an independent assessment between the cloud consumer and cloud provider. Okay. In the cloud consumer side, they take independent assessment. How much amount of data will be used, how much amount of services are used, how it provides services. Based on that, it take the independent assessment. That's information system operations and performance and security wise. They make the cloud auditor. So another one, cloud broker. So the cloud broker is an entity that manages the performance and delivery of cloud service and negotiates relationship between cloud provider and cloud consumers. So cloud broker is nothing but it take the relationship between the cloud provider and cloud consumer. Once a cloud consumer send the request will be received by the cloud broker only. After that, cloud broker can send the request to the cloud provider. Okay, which provider is suitable for that particular cloud consumer. Based on that, cost wise or performance wise or service wise, the broker can allocate the cloud provider to the cloud consumer. It acts as intermediate between the cloud broker. Okay, so as a cloud carrier. So cloud carrier is nothing but an intermediary that provides connectivity and transport of cloud service from cloud providers to cloud consumer. There is a connectivity and transport of cloud services. There is a internet connectivity between the cloud provider and cloud consumer. So without internet, we cannot access the services from the cloud provider. Okay. So another thing. That's about the architectures. Okay, in that we have this architecture is based on the if you are developing the any cloud based application means you should know these are the services maintained by the cloud provider and cloud consumer, cloud auditor and cloud broker. Okay, so that's very important in the NIST standards. Okay, so another thing. One simple examples. So, the figure illustrates about a common interaction exists between cloud consumer cloud provider, whereas broker used to provide service to consumer and auditor collects the audit information. That means that's a services provided from cloud consumer and cloud provider. That's interaction between cloud consumer and cloud provider. But auditor take the independent assessment in the cloud consumer side. Auditor collects the audit information. That's how much amount of data used by cloud consumer, and then performance wise and then cost wise. Based on that, you take the auditing information. The broker can aggregate and then arbitrate the services provided by the cloud provider. Okay, so this is this interaction between the consumer and cloud provider. So another thing, this figure shows about the scenario in which the cloud consumer may request services from a cloud broker instead of contacting service provider directly. So in this case, the cloud broker can create a new service by combining multiple services. Here, cloud broker can receive the message request from the cloud consumer and combine the service and send to the cloud provider, and finally send the response to the particular cloud consumer. Okay, that's a purpose of broker in the cloud computing. Okay, so another thing, service role agreements. So that means based on the agreement we are going to use the services in the cloud provider. This figure illustrate about the usage of different kind of services level agreement between the consumer and provider and the carrier. Okay, so cloud consumer, provider, carrier. So service agreement 1 or agreement 2. So based on that, maintain the consistent level of services, specify the capacity and the functionality. That means between consumer and provider, it maintains the consistent service between the both of the users, as a cloud consumer and a cloud provider. And another service agreement is based on it maintains the there's a capacity and functionality between the cloud provider. There's a carrier is very important. Without a cloud carrier, we cannot communicate with the cloud provider. The cloud consumer cannot send this use the service from the cloud provider. Okay, without cloud carrier only. Based on the network bandwidth and then size of the data packets like that, it will be analyzed. That's a service role agreement. So okay. So this is another about the service agreement concepts. Okay. So another figure shows about the where the cloud there is a scenario where the cloud auditor conducts independent assessment of operations and some of the process. Okay. So that's based on cloud auditor and cloud provider. Okay. So in that cloud auditor can take the independent assessment between the cloud consumer and cloud provider. Okay. So you take the different assessment, how much amount of data will be used by cloud consumer, and then how much amount of data will be provided by the cloud provider. Like that, you take the independent assessment. That's a auditor work. Okay. So another one. Consumer have limited rights to access the software applications. There are three kinds of cloud consumers. One is a software consumer, software service consumer, platform service consumer, and then infrastructure as a service consumer. The cloud provider provide the resource based services based on these three concepts. One is a software as a service, another platform as a service, and also infrastructure as a service. Okay, in that software as a service, consumer or members directly access the software applications, for example document management and then content management, social networks, financial billing and so on. The example Gmail software is one of the Gmail is one of the software service accessed from the Google Cloud platform in the individual cloud users, okay, Gmail users, okay. So another platform as a consumer, platform service consumer, or used by if you want to run any applications or you want to test the applications or you want to deploy the applications, for that you need some special environment used that's also provided by the cloud provider. That is a platform as a service consumers are used to deploy, test, develop and manage applications hosted in cloud environments. So database applications deployment and development and testing is an example for this kind of consumers, okay. So we are going to test or develop any applications, the cloud provider also provide the platform as a service. So based on that we can do the process, okay. Another one, infrastructure as a service consumer can access the virtual computer storage and network infrastructure, for example usage of Amazon EC2 instance to deploy the web applications. So if you want to deploy any applications based on the Amazon EC2, Amazon Elastic Cloud is used to deploy the applications. So cloud consumer can deploy applications used on based on Amazon EC2. That's Amazon Elastic Cloud Computing concepts. Okay, that's the infrastructure as a service consumer. Okay, that's all about NIST standards. Thank you. Okay.